Alexander, don't start with me, alright? I know you can hear me. Don't start with me, Alexander, okay? Unmuted. There we go. What is up, chat? What is happening? Welcome. Merry Christmas. How about that? Merry Christmas. And a Happy New Year. That'll be soon, I suppose. The Happy New Year bit will be shortly, I suppose, right? Chat, what is up? How is everyone? Hope you had a good Christmas, a couple of days. I'm back to work today, so that was a bit sad. Well, not really sad. Not the end of the world. What's up, Brandon? What's up? Sammy, Alexander as well. Me and Alexander were having a fight in chat before we started. But yeah, tonight we're going to do some streetcars. It's been a while since we've done streetcars on stream. I don't really like doing streetcars, I'll be honest, chat, because it's hard for me to read chat. And I'll be honest, I get bored pretty quick. But we haven't done it in a while. And recently with fellow VDC pro driver Zach O'Sullivan and I, JSI Mystified, we were trying out the new Ibisu map with the DWG cars. And it was rad. It was pretty sick. I think we drove for like nearly an hour. Why is this camera? I don't understand. Just watching the stream here back, and this camera angle like is super blurry. Like the HynesZ logo is like super blurry, and my face is super blurry. I must have my that scene set up wrong or something. I don't know. Anyway, we'll sort out another time. There's a lot of things I need to sort out. I don't even know if I have commands on YouTube still. Like, what does YouTube do? Single finger typing. Does CloudBot even work? It doesn't seem to be. What does this do? Start a Q&A, start a poll. I don't even know where my anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah, chat, we're back again. We're gonna do some streetcars tonight. If you want to join the server, you could do so by getting into the Discord. I'll tell you what I'll do. Set those up. I'll pin those messages. I like using the pin messages. It's pretty good. What's up, John? Hello from Greece. Hello, John. How are you? DWG stream. Yes, sir. DWG tonight. I'm very excited. I love these cars. They're very good. In fact, actually, the DWG guy did actually reach out to me to do a review on this before they release these cars, like maybe during the year. And I'll be honest, I kind of slacked on it. I never did it, and I'm very apologetic about that. So hopefully they'll send me cars in the future, because I'll definitely do it this time. Well, we'll see. Times are starting to get busy again. Officer Doofy reporting for duty. Yeah, okay. We give a bit of power to one person, and apparently he's an officer. Thank you, Brandon. Well, are we doing good, man? Okay, chat. We need some music. This camera angle is extremely blurry, and it's quite annoying, I'll be honest. So, there's a lot of things I need to sort out on my stream. I'll be honest. I don't have a bot working on YouTube for whatever reason. I keep playing the same music every single time. You know, there's a lot of stuff I'd like to fix, a lot of changes and stuff like that, and someday we will get there. Someday we will. Right. And there's a bunch of stuff I need to sort out, such as like I have my audio is all going through the same channel. I need to fix all of that. Anyway, there's a bunch of stuff I need to fix. This camera angle is horrendous. What is up, kid? SR20 kid, appreciate all the replies, stuff. Give Discord. Let's watch you get some doors. Appreciate that, my man. Chat. Okay, well, let's set up the there's one thing I just want to check before we get started. So apologetic to anyone who's like sitting there like, oh, this guy driver, amateur drift driver. I'm like, yeah, sorry, I'm breaking stuff. Yeah, using that camera. Wait. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why. So anyway, we'll start out some other time. Anyway, is that any better? I don't know. Track is on Vosan. Yeah, so we need to. There's a couple of things I need to sort out. I don't have. So everything's on Vosan chat. I don't have. There's a lot of things I need to sort out, and this is one of the things I need to sort out. I just haven't had the chance to get it sorted. One of those is like getting links and everything for you guys when you're joining the servers. Because it's a proper first public session that we're doing on my public server. Certain things are not set up. What's up, Danik? Yeah, and apparently YouTube doesn't like certain comments and doesn't like, yeah. Okay, so we need to set up the server. So if you want to join a server chat, you need to join Discord to get the link. The reason why I do this is so that the Discord, I'll be honest, I like having people in my Discord. The more people I have in the Discord, okay, the more people I can spam. Simply put it. And the more people I can spam, the more money I can make. No, that's not really true. The more people I can annoy. Okay, so that's how we do things around here. Okay, so what we have here, we need to have a server link. So we need to have a Discord. I use Discord.io because my Discord isn't famous yet enough to get the GG. So I use a third-party Discord application thingamabob. You're gonna do a new vid on BeamNG? I see is Reese real. Yeah, so I've actually been playing a lot of BeamNG with Reese and a bunch of the TC and JSI and XC guys. So that's been pretty sick, and we figured out a pretty good setup now for BeamNG drifting. There's a little bit of tweaking to be made, but I'm very happy with BeamNG drifting right now, chat. I'll be honest. And so I do expect a video on it very soon because I want to make sure I get into the hype about it, because obviously there's a bunch of YouTubers doing videos on it, like Goosiest and Slaptrain and stuff like that. And obviously Reese is doing the reels and stuff like that as well. So yeah, we figured out a really good setup. I'm really happy where the stuff is right now with BeamNG. There's still some tweaks to be made, but it is pretty rad, I'm going to be honest. And we were getting some doors. I mean, it's a bit laggy in the server we were using. Like, I was maybe a couple of meters behind Reese, and I was still sending him off into the trees and shit, like a bit like Gran Turismo style. But it was pretty good. I think it was Brandon actually I was chasing. I was chasing you, Brandon, wasn't I? Hey, Adam from Kentucky. What's up, Timothy? How are you doing, my man? Okay, so let me set up the pin messages chat. No, I'm going to delete that message because I'm going to remove. Bear with me, chat. I'm just sorting out stuff here. I should have done this first before starting. Okay, cool. My single finger typing is not the best, I'll be honest, chat. Oops. So, all that. Copy. Enter it in. There we go. And then we'll pin that message there, and we'll go over to Twitch, our friends at Twitch. Desync. The desync is actually ridiculous. And then we'll pin that message. Alright, chat, so that's if you... And you'll pin that. If you guys want to wait, if you're still looking for server links or track links and stuff, I'll update the I will update it. Look, I'll be nice. I'll update the thingy-bob. Okay, we have a server up. I think there might be people already in it. It's rad. That is radicals. I'm going to join the PS13. So we're going to load into this here quickly. I want to do some Instagram stuffs so that everyone on Instagrams and my followers and everyone that you people that loves me can see what I'm doing. Okay. Now for Japanese drifting skids with street cars.
Oh, what? What? Did I just...
Join us now. TC Bert with the Prime. Appreciate you, Bert. Thank you so much for that, my man. And Druska as well with the follow. Bert with the follow as well. Pimpin'. P-I-M-P. That spells pimp. That's a TikTok, isn't it? Recipe don't Riper don't with the follow as well. Appreciate all those follows, guys. Thank you so much. Hopefully my stream chat. My friend Casino is a big fan of yours. Say hello to him. Cassiano. Hello, Cassiano. Hello, Cassiano. How are you doing, my friend? Okay. Nice in that box. No one gets free promotion on this stream. Okay. Everything working? Camera working? Camera action, lights action? We are. We're good. Class. Okay. One final thing. We'll add more to the Instagram story. Oh no, don't do that to me. Camera. Go. No, that was a pretty shit Instagram. Should we start off with the car? Yeah. Where's the guy with the sunglasses emoji? I want emojis of the sunglasses guy. There he is. Cool. Right. Okay. What was the about that? What's in it? What's in it is what's in it is it's just basically, so I have a SimLab triple screen monitor mount, but I use it as a single screen monitor mount. And then on the left over here, which you guys can't see, I have a button box, double side velcroed onto the, I suppose, one of the arms for the monitors. So like over here should be another arm for a monitor. So the reason why I bought it was like, okay, I want a single screen mount that's independent to my rig. Okay, but in case I do decide to go triple screen, then I have the option, I have the kit already. So that's why I have it. I don't use it for triple screens, obviously. But yeah, the option is there. That's the main reason why I have it. I'm trying to think what I did to this car. I probably want chart gearing on this. So chat, I've limited the... Wait, did it? Oh, it still had loaded. Okay, the server never changed. Never mind. I'm gonna run street tires. So the Daywish cars that we're running right now, we're running all the 300 horsepower cars. I think the I think one of the cars has a bit more power, which is the 240SX 1VR, whatever you want to call it, which has about 340 horsepower. This is about 300. So there's one of the cars a little bit more power. But yeah, I picked all the cars with similar powers around 300, just because, you know, these things are sick, man. I love these things. They're so easy to drive, and they just feel true. Obviously, I was doing some server things. Turn all weather off. Bring us good there, right? We're driving Cockpit View for tonight. If Honest Chat really wants me to drive roof cam, we might swap up the roof cam later. Play Chevrolet Monza 2.0. I don't know what a Chevrolet Monza is. Hello, Alana. How are you? Tiny Rizu, what's up? Okay. Everything work? Sometimes, usually stuff. I usually have to restart some stuff. Okay. Force you back. Oh, force you back is fine. Oh, it doesn't feel so dead. Oh, it's 80% boost. Okay, I think I'm gonna turn up the steering rotation. Oh, it's actually turned up, I think. And we're also gonna turn off my DigiDash, which I need to release actually. It's... What the fuck is going on with this thing? I think I'm running like 1200 degrees or something like that. Steering at the moment. I don't know why this feels so weird to me. Oh, it's probably because I played too much BeamNG. That's probably why. BeamNG messes with you. Oh, it's really messing with me. Messing with my brains. Extra steering rotation. Why am I doing so bad right now? Okay, we got a bit of momentum going, right? We're good now. So chat, what do you get up to over Christmas, huh? Some people don't celebrate it, and that's understandable too. Oh shit. Oh, pause. Wait a second. Pause. Sorry. Okay, that green is horrendous. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have selected that green. Oh, Orlando's gonna get banned again. I need to add a bit more. I need to add more channel points, actually. That's another thing. Chalk that down, chat. Chalk it down, chat. Things I need to do. To-do list on HynesZ streams. Okay, a couple of updates on what's happening with it. Oh my god, I'm falling off the track again. Stone useless. A couple of updates what's happening with the channel. Okay, someone's just driven up the hill for some reason. Why did they do... what's the steering rotation? At 1260. Okay. Couple of updates what's happening with the channel. So first thing first, oh ABS, turn it off. Is that we're streaming this week and we'll stream next week as well on Wednesday, but then I'll be flying out to Oman probably Sunday. Sunday the was like the 6th or something, 6th of January, and I'll be out there for 2 weeks, so I won't have an opportunity to stream at all. So put Sages in chat. I'm really sorry to say that. Everyone's sad. I guarantee you guys are all very, very sad to hear that. And so yeah, I won't be streaming for those two. I want less camera on. I won't be streaming for those 2 weeks. I'll be back for 2 weeks, and I'll stream those 2 weeks, and I'll be gone again for 2 weeks. So I won't be streaming those 2 weeks either. So I'm sure everyone in chat is extremely sad right now that you won't have me for 2 weeks, and that you know you're extremely super sad. But there's nothing, you know. I'm like, it's just how things are, you know. So I'm not gonna pass these guys out. I don't think third gear is a gear for this car. I don't know. Gearing is weird. Yeah, so, okay, that's kind of the plans. Also, Friday, I have a bit of a surprise for you, chat, on Friday. A video I've been spending a bit of time making. Something that you guys have been requesting a fucking super long time. Jesus, how many years have I said I was going to make it? Yeah, that's a hint. I'm not going to say any more about that. But I'll be up Friday, probably around 8 o'clock. I have to finish a bit of editing on it. I have to do a thumbnail and figure out what I'm going to call the video. Oh my word. I have a thumbnail in mind, and I have a title in mind, so it won't be clickbaity. It's super brief, super like straight to the point, and then people can stop asking me to make a video on it. Okay. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. Came up pretty good so far, so I'm pretty happy about that. This car is super quiet. I need to make it louder. I need to get a bit of rhythm going. Feel the rhythm, feel the speed. But yeah, be interesting. Okay, car does not want to stop at all. I kind of wish I increased the steering rotation on the in-game car, like the 60 to match, because it would have been. It's like, you know, ACD or not ACD. What? OCD. A little bit OCD not to have it matching. Chat, do you think the other layout might be a little bit better for trains and stuff? Because this, don't get me wrong, this version of Ibisu, the older one, is pretty fun to drive. But the new one is a little bit more open, and I wonder would there be a bit more room for the chase drivers? I need to, what I need to do right now is I need to increase the volume of the car. It's super quiet right now. I need to pull it. I need to get chat closer to my face as well. I can't read you guys, unfortunately. Okay, we're getting a bit of rhythm now. Okay, things are starting to feel good for me now. Oh, we're dead. I can send you in simple settings. The Nardi wheels, thing of beauty. I need one, but 300 pounds. Yeah, Nardi wheels are quite nice, actually. I agree. Like, they're just super clean. Like, I don't like steering wheels. I know there's some brands of steering wheels right now, and they're pretty popular, but they have, like, you know, the designs around the whole rim, and they're just crazy. I don't know. Some of them I can appreciate, some of them I can't. And I'll be honest, I can't appreciate all of them. If people are still struggling to find links for the server stuff, to join the server, like cars, and the track, I will figure out something there. The only reason why I didn't do it is that I simply forgot, and I'll be honest, I'm driving now, so I don't want to spend 5 minutes trying to do it, but if people would really like me to do that, set it up a bit easier for them, I can do that. And the colliders in these cars are terrible. Absolutely terrible. Out of all the mods out there, the worst thing about this mod, chat, is the collider. The colliders in some of them are bigger than the actual body of the car, so like you go up close to a wall and the car hits the wall even though the actual 3D model doesn't even touch it. Obviously it's an easy fix, but it's just annoying, you know? Fuck's sake, whoever's chasing me. Second time to fit me into the wall. You think you've seen me on some TikTok account? I don't know who he is. Never heard of him. There's an infiltrator of called HynesZ on TikTok. I don't know who he is. He's be banned anyway, whoever he is. I'm only joking, by the way. It is me. Psych. This car has way too much grip. Why would you fucking drift for me, man? I think I need to make my third gear a lot shorter. It's just catching me out everywhere. What? I have to put a more severe password. I'm only joking. We're going to make the gearing a little bit shorter. Even though it's pretty short already. Oh well. 4.9. Here we go. You know, it's not a setup thing, this is a driver error. Okay. I got this wheel for winning VDC. Yeah, that is correct. I may or may not have been a very good driver in 2021, and the trophy for the season was this wheel. So pretty cool, to be honest. I think. How do I? Yeah, I need to move this monitor. It's so low down. But yeah, that was a really good experience. Pretty important. Like that year, 2020, no, 2021, wasn't it? Yeah. You've been also on the TikTok before. I'm not sure if I have or not. My pedals are starting to squeak. I may have been. Whoa! That's the sketchiest bit. Oh! I think I might have set the server up with too much crack grip. Track requires a lot of concentration. I don't know why it does. Like I can do competition cars, right? And like talk away like as if nothing happens. Like like I'm doing nothing. But when it comes to street cars, I struggle a lot. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm not as comfortable with them or something. Like I'm used to driving the pro stuff. Oh, I'm not hitting Alexander. Then again, this thing is a bit all over the place at the moment. It doesn't really have great stability. It's like sometimes it decides it wants to be nice on angle, and other times it's like oversteering on me. I wonder, would a HynesZ setup fix it? Oh, maybe someday. Had something happened there. Someone did something on stream. You better not have like try and reach chat at the same time. Sammy, shit. I tried to reach chat at the same time and I can't do that at the same time. But the here gifted sub. Oh, it's I think I know the one you're on about. The one of the Driftmasters run. Oh, I think I know the TikTok. It's the something Irish drift something. Appreciate you if you run that account, appreciate the share. Yeah, man, it's got plenty of views and that was sick. Like, kind of sucks that TikTok kind of works that way, that you don't really gain anything from having decent followers or viewership. But yeah, chat, we've a couple of things coming up soon. Obviously, I have that video planned for Friday. If you haven't heard me talk about it, anyway. Also, we're going to Oman in a real car, so that's going to be pretty exciting. And obviously, I'll be doing vlogs over there. There will be no content for 2 weeks while we're over there, so there'll be no streams and there'll be no real content because I won't have a computer with me. I should really have a laptop. I should really get a proper laptop that I can edit and do stuff from. I can't stream from a laptop, obviously. I don't really have any of my sim set up. But yeah, I'll be recording stuff for the vlog, obviously, and I'll be piecing those together after those events. I don't know what else to do, really. Like, if you want to become a Twitch sub or YouTube member, I'll have a channel set up on Discord. You guys can see behind the scenes stuff, whether if it's like photos or whatever, photos of us messing around. So just make sure you, if you do decide to sub or to become a member, which you don't have to, there's no need to whatsoever. It's just only if you like to have that role, or if you just like to have. Oh my god, it's spinning. This car is all over the place, man. It's horrendous. I'll be posting some extra updates inside there, whether it be just photos or just antics, videos, me doing stupid shit. There are times you might be able to. Yeah, I agree. I think the G29 is one of those wheels that you kind of have to have your hands with, like hover over. You never really fully trust it. Red. Someone mentioned earlier about the WDT cars. I like the WDT cars. I've always been a fan of them. I think over the years I've just kind of like gotten bored of them, and everyone just drove the same car. They were like, even though the S15 and S14 interior are the same chassis, for whatever reason they always felt different, and I'm not sure why. Maybe it was just placebo effect or something. I mean, look, don't get me wrong, they should feel somewhat a little bit different because they are two different chassis. But the main, like, structure of the car, the suspension, the geometry, I suppose everything underneath the body is the same. You would expect the car to kind of handle the same, but I don't know why. I don't know why they never did. That kind of annoyed me, to be honest. So they don't. So everyone just drives S14 or something at a 180. So it's weird. It's very weird. Anyway, some people don't like them though because they have a weird tendency to like understeer on angle and all that, which I never really had a big problem with. Badly set up from the get-go. Probably, that's probably it, to be honest. Yeah, I could understand that. They are quite these things have a lot of grip even from the second chat. Wait, frame rates are performance. I'm maxing out my frame. Oh no, we are not getting full frames. I don't, it doesn't matter. What was I talking about? This thing has a lot of grip from the start. Why does it have so much grip? I don't understand. What are we talking about again? Oh, the WDT cars. Yeah, so I think, yeah, maybe they said it from the start it's a bit bad, but I do think they do struggle with turning and just front grip in general. They struggle with front end traction in general. It's like as if the tire is not big enough on the front, could do with a wider tire, or maybe the tire in the front could be a little bit stickier. But yeah, that's about it. The problem I have with the Deathwish garage cars is that the tires are just, they gain pressure way too quickly. And I think, to be honest, I think they should just have one tire instead of having multiple tires. Even though I think everyone right now is on a street tire, which is fine, which is a good thing. Which is by default, I suppose. But I don't see the need. Like, this is my thing with tires. I feel like, you know, there's a percentage of people would like to have like 50 different tires to choose from. But what you don't want in a server, especially when a street car is like this, when the purpose is to drive with people and you're all supposed to have the same speed, and doesn't really matter skill set or what equipment you have. You should still be able to keep up with each other, right? And still be able to run doors and stuff, run trains. Like, I'm chasing with Tiago. I don't think I've ever driven with Tiago before. Like in competition servers, I think it might be a little bit different, but then I suppose in competition cars they're all balanced anyway because the purpose is for like competition stuff, right? But yeah, I don't see the need for having like 50 different tires, you know? WDTS does that right with their tires, but I don't think their tires are as good as the Deathwish garage tires. But then Deathwish garage tires, they seem to gain like pressure extremely fast. So like in my experience, like in competition drifting, what the hell is playing? That was like a stupid song. In my experience, I don't think there's any cars coming. Sorry if I put it in front of anyone. In my experience, real drifting, 2 laps of a 30-second lap over a 30-second track, and the tire pressure goes up like maybe 2 to 4 psi. So, like, I've driven some mods on AC, and I think even Deathwish Garage to some extent is like that, where you accelerate, you do a little burnout, and the tire gains like 4 psi in like 1 second, which makes no sense for a 300 horsepower car. But then I suppose at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Oh my god. It's only the pressure gain is only a problem. Sorry, Sam. It's only Simon. The pressure gain is only really a problem when the tires are bad, and to be honest, they do tend to keep their grip for quite a while. And because we are driving low-powered cars, it's not really a big issue. But I just would prefer, you know, the perfectionist inside of me, like the person who drives this game for realism, which is me, would prefer the tires to kind of act a bit more lifelike. Which I do think, for Assetto Corsa as a whole, the biggest downfall to Assetto Corsa as a video game, as a simulator, is the tire. The tire, what would you call it? Tire, like mechanism? No, tire physics, I suppose. You know, it's the biggest downfall of the game. It's always been the biggest question mark. Because, like, tires are freaking voodoo anyway. Like, how tires work, you know, it's very difficult to translate this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very difficult to figure this out. Like we can look at suspension physics and say, okay, look, this is a metal bar that goes from here. It's approximately X length long. We can figure out all that shit and all of that. But when it comes to tires, oh man, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of potential to be gained from a tire on a sim. I feel like it's one of those items, because it's rubber and it has its own fundamental differences, and every tire is completely different from one another almost. I don't think we'll ever have a simulator that has a tire nailed. Like, iRacing struggled for years to get the tire right. So I think we're just doing our best with what we have. So yeah, I'm not a fan of the tire. Okay, it's a long-winded way to say I'm not a fan of the tire, but I don't think they can do much better, really. I don't think they can really change how things work. Like there, I don't get why I get random amounts of understeer. I lack a bit of feeling there. I think I need to up my 4C back. Maybe that's what I need to do. Oop. Oh. Oh. Okay, never mind, we're dead. Did you used to run a BMW box in S14? Yes, I did, Johnson. I ran a Group D shifter. It was the non-lockout version, so the newer version they have is the lockout one. I had no issues with it. I thought it was brilliant, actually. My steering lock right now is 1160. I was running 1260, but I just felt a bit out of control. iRacing's tire model? Yeah, I would agree. I think, well, I haven't driven it recently, but I do know there was a point where it was difficult to determine the point of, like, okay, like you push a tire so hard and it's like a curve, right? So like a tire here is like zero load, and then as it goes up, this is its peak. And then as it reaches its peak, it falls off. And like iRacing, it was like it would go up, 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 and the next thing it would just drop off to the point of where you just had no grip. It was like impossible to catch it. And like there should be some sort of like, you know, like the mount that it peaks at should stay there for a while so you have some bit of stability. Like I think that's what certain games struggle from. And the problem with AC is that everyone is using modded tires, or everyone has a different type of tire. So some tires have a very strong peak point where they drop off badly. Then you got BDC, which have a pretty good curve, but they're extremely grippy, so it's impossible to run them on like a normal, like Streetcar or whatever. So yeah, I think, but like, the thing is, every video game we've driven for years, whether it's Forza, like CarX, or Need for Speed, or whatever, you know, the fundamental basics are still the same, right? Like, it doesn't, a tire is not the determining factor whether if a game is bad or good, unless it's really bad, you know? I mean, like, we can complain about LFS. LFS for years, like, even though the tire model feels amazing, it is shit still. Like, it overheats after, like, a lap. Which, from a gamer perspective, is not a good thing, because you could only do so many laps, right? But from a simulation point of view, it's probably not that inaccurate. I would say though that modern drift tires do last a bit longer, but it would just be nice just to have that function to say, okay, this part of realism I want to turn off. I want to be able to run 50 laps without the tire overheating, which we don't really have that in AC. But then again, I do feel the problem in AC is that a lot of tires do overheat quickly by design, which I think is kind of wrong. I don't think a tire should overheat that quickly, in my opinion. I run 1160 for street cars. I run 1160. I run whatever rotation I feel like running. So like, sometimes I drive the pro cars at 1080. Some cars I run them. Sometimes I run them at like 1160. The competition car that I drive, my VDC car, I run that car at 900, and that's what I'll always run that competition car at. In competition is 900 degrees. When I'm driving these cars, I run more than 900. Sometimes I run 900, sometimes I don't. To be honest, it's kind of what I'm feeling that day. Good evening, Irish Shiftmaster. Hello, Kimo. Or Zan. Never try to have the slip angle. Never have slip angle. I gotcha. But the thing with racing though, there is a point of where you're actually faster, like kind of like sliding. You know what I'm saying? I mean that is a theory, but maybe that might be iRacing that I might have learned that. Check the pinned message, Dank. It should be above your chat right there. Okay. Alright, chat, I'm just chatting, and like when stuff like questions like tires and stuff get into my head, like my mind goes into like analytical, like figuring out mathematics, like what's 5 plus 10 and what's 15 plus 55. I don't know those answers, not yet anyway. What I don't understand is why this thing is understeering. A little bit. I mean, I should probably just drive the car stock and I shouldn't be complaining. But I can't, chat, I'll be honest with you, I can't stop tweaking shit. Like, even the guys from VDC give out to me for just non-stop tweaking. Why would you stop? Come on, guys. Please don't do that. If you're gonna stop, at least reset back to pits or something. Oh, shit. Got 2 Swedes, 2 Portuguese. Oh, sorry, Simon. A little tap on the rear bumper. Obviously, shit a collider though. That's the problem with these cars. Chat. 1 in chat if you want to stay in cockpit view. 2 if you want me to go to roof camera. Do it right now. I could set a poll to be honest, but I'm driving. I'm not going to do that. Oh, that was a nasty dive. That was a bit of a nasty dive. I mean, that would have, no, that should have. Okay, if that worked, that would have been sick. But I mean, I was just asking just to take him out. Sorry, Simon. None of you are voting, so I'm going to stay in cockpit view. So if that's the case. Oh shit! I was never making that. I should probably concentrate a little bit more. Tires are dying. Like, the temperature of the tire is pretty good, but it's just the pressure increases, which I disagree with. I don't think the pressure should gain that much. Roof cam. The 3 wobbles. Yeah, they are a little bit. That's probably why recently they've wait. That's probably why recently they in Ibisu they've kind of asphalted the whole place and just kind of made a custom track. Because I was looking at the differences, and like the first wobble, so you come out of the hairpin and you go right, that there is still the same on the new version. What's changed is the next 2 wobbles. They're like pushed further down a little bit, so it just means that it's probably a little bit better spaced out, so it's a bit easier to chase drive. But the problem is, I reckon that the spacing between the corners now are pretty, the last transition. So like, okay, this one is the same, this one's now further back, and then this one's further back as well. But the problem is now you transition towards this wall way too late and you kind of get cramped a little bit. You kind of, I seen people do it kind of more figure eight style instead of the other way, which I don't know, is a good thing or a bad thing. Whoa, please don't do that. That's a bit silly. Oh, rip, Brandon. Oh, jeez. I thought I was gonna die there. I just saw like a green S13. Green S13 out of nowhere. Okay, chat, if you would like to change track, where would you like us to go? We could go to another Ibisu track, or we could go to the same... We could go to North Course again, but the newer one. Or we go to Meehan. Dude, I haven't done Meehan in ages. Or we go Drift Playground, chat. How would you like to go to Drift Playground? How would you like to see that, chat? Okay, whatever. This. Okay, we're catching up some things. Sammy as well with another gifted sub. Thank you, Sammy. Perlinus with the follow. Melody Drifting with the follow. Appreciate that, chat. Or melody, should I say? Not that chat is melody. Chat has plenty of melody, but melody is melody. Melody, yeah. Appreciate the follow. We could do Minami. We could do Minami. Nighttime. I don't think we do nighttime. It might take me a few tries of the server resetting to get nighttime because I kind of mess it up sometimes. You don't remember these cars being so slidey? I have this server. Oh, it's set to 100% now. Server's 100% grip though, so maybe it's the track. Maybe the track files are looser than usual. Yes, Kai, that is true. But well, actually, I tell you what I do. I know you can do that. Second, let me pull it up. You find a center line, but I mean that doesn't really help. You know what I'm saying? Like the center. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, I don't think you guys can see that. The center line, but like, it doesn't really help me find the center. Maybe. Well, I know you can see the polygons here, so maybe okay. If I straighten up my steering wheel, I did that. Maybe it needs to go like tad a bit right, and that's maybe center. I don't know. Am I back on the stream schedule? Yeah, kinda. To this week and next week I am, but I'm only doing Wednesdays at the moment, Wednesday nights, and the reason being is that I just find it a lot more manageable this way. Because during lockdown and stuff, I was doing 3 days a week: Monday, Wednesday. What was it? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I knocked it down to 2 days a week. But it was just got to the point where it just got too repetitive for me. And I think that's the problem with AC stuff, AC drifting in general. There's not much diversity in terms of like what you can do with drifting anyway. I would have had to start getting into like Shooto and stuff like that to make it interesting for me. Like, oh my god, that was pretty slidey. What the hell? Shooto stuff like doing Streeto, like not Streeto, but like streetcar racing or whatever. and start maybe doing other stuff. But then, you know, I remember in the past I tried doing like iRacing, things like that, and I don't know. I'm kind of known for the drifting, and I think I'll stay in that like lane for now at least. And I let the YouTube channel like try and build things, you know? Like I do the streams with you guys. We do some public server stuff, or we do more entertaining streams in the future, which is what I want to do. Like I know I've said in the past I want to do I wanted to do, you know, where you guys send in clips and stuff and we review them on stream and all of that stuff. And there's a lot of options there we can make more entertaining like streams that could be made out of videos out of, you know. So that's kind of the stuff I want to do now. Like this public server stuff, I'm only kind of doing this for tonight because I needed something to do because I had nothing planned. I have no grip, man. This is what my problem with these tires, dude. I think this is my problem with these tires. But can I turn off the steering system? I've never actually tried turning off the steering system. Oh my god, okay, that's a bad idea. Don't do that. So yeah, I want to make streams almost like more entertaining for me to do, because as much as I love like drifting with you guys and stuff, it can get quite repetitive. And while that may not be a bad thing, unless it was pulling in like thousands of viewers, then you know, I'm only just hanging out with you guys more or less, and I enjoy that too. What I'm really enjoying at the moment is the content that I've planned for the YouTube channel and that I'm going to create. And in the past I was trying to make stuff that would please maybe another type of core audience other than, like, say the people that like the stuff that I create already, which is you guys. And instead of trying to, you know, find that kind of another type of core audience, I'm trying to, like, I suppose, reach into what more people that would enjoy what I create. Does that make sense? So I have a video coming up Friday, which I think you guys have been, which I know you guys have been requesting for a long time, and I've been saying that I was making for a long time. And it's finally coming out. I have it like 95% edited. In fact, I would have had it finished tonight if I didn't stream, so sucks to be you guys, huh? You guys are the reason why it's not out tonight. No, not really. Oh, spinning. So yeah, we'll get that out, and I think that should be really good. Now, hopefully you guys like it, and hopefully other people will find it useful as well, and they'll join the community as well, because I do think it's a topic that has been discussed before, but it's like every single piece of content I've seen on it, they've either don't describe it in an entertaining way, or they don't bring it to you in a way that's like it sticks in your head or makes sense, or they turn and say, oh well, what this does is it just makes you do this better or something. Like, what you guys need when it comes to like this topic is like facts and stuff that works for this particular game. Oh my god, I can't turn in when you have this much rotation. So that's the plan of that video, and you know, I have a lot more stuff planned like that, a lot more scripted stuff that will probably take a bit of time to make, but I think will be more entertaining to make because I actually have a structure to it, and it's more of like a, instead of it being a task, it's more of a like a planned kind of, I don't know, planned job or planned workout or whatever. I think what the problem is, these back right tires are getting heated because it's all left-hand corners. Oh my god, this guy is not giving me much space behind me. So chat, if there's anything in particular you guys would like to see from the channel, like the YouTube stuff, do let me know, because I have a list of stuff and I have no problem prioritizing other things. And like, obviously my kind of off season is usually, guy, come on man, you have to give me room, dude. You can't just like dive down the inside of me and expect to not. Yeah, do let me know, because I'd be kind of interested to see. Like, usually my off season is round now, but I'm actually competing in Omen come January, so my time to usually create content is usually kind of now soaked up with that stuff, but we'll make it happen. What I need is a full-time editor, chat. Imagine that. Imagine if I had the money to be able to pay someone full-time do that, and then we could have like videos like 10 days a week. Does that even make sense? That makes no sense. There's not even 10 days in the week. 10 videos daily. Or Mr. Editor or Mrs. Editor. That'd be rad. Actually, I think we would run out of videos in a week if we did that. Like, we'd have so many videos released that I wouldn't have any content in for the rest of the year, and I'd have to like think, oh shit. A lot of frame drops, really. I'm not really sure about that. Oh, a lot of frame drops. Do you know what that is, chat? One is probably the smoke, and two, it's the fact that I have my frame rate set to like 100. I think what I'll do is I'm going to reconnect. I'll lock it down back. I'll lock it back to 60, and that should fix it. I run my game at 100 frames, but the stream doesn't like that. Let me just reset it back. Should we change track, or are you guys happy with this? If you're looking for anything to do with joining the server, chat, look at the pinned messages on the top of the screen. Let me just make sure it's still there. Yeah, it's right above. It's right above chat. Likewise, you can find the server as well. Is just type in HynesZ on the content manager, and it will show you how to get the password as well from there. The reason why I have a password on the server is I want people to like work to be able to get the password to join. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want random people just joining because whatever. Yeah, I think I might have the track grip set up too high for these cars. I might lower it for the next reset. Okay, what do I want to do? Oh yeah, set my graphical settings lower. That was it. How long have we been? An hour. Chat, I'm going to be finishing up at around 9ish. First of all, because I haven't eaten, but also I've got some family stuff later tonight, so I'll be logging off a bit early. Controls, where's the video? There we go. You want to lock the frame rate to 60. That should fix the stuttering. Might join in a different car as well. Damn, not many people like the oh wait, the rest of them are all left-hand drive. Why would they do that, man? Not really a problem, to be honest. Considering we're driving on roof cam. Oh, I just seen Reese is in here as well. How much did setup cost? I'd say my setup in general, because it hasn't cost me all of this, right? Not everything has cost me that, because some of the stuff was custom. Some of the stuff I've had for years. But I'd say my PC is probably worth about like 2K. Nowadays, like, it probably cost me more, to be honest, because I bought it when it was during its peak of cost. It's got a 5900X AMD Ryzen 9, and it's got an MSI RTX 3070 Ti, got 32 gigs of RAM, a few SSDs and stuff like that. That's my PC. And then I have a Simucube 2 Pro, which if you Google, it's worth about 1,200 to 1,500 euros. Then my rig, I don't know, was custom made, so zero, maybe just materials and time. So what, like 100 euros? I have a Thrustmaster shifter. This is like, what are they, like 150 euros brand new nowadays? I don't know. I have a handbrake. This is custom handbrake. It cost me just whatever I had lying around. My pedals are discontinued, old Fanatec CSR Elites. Can't buy them anymore. They probably cost, I think they cost like 250 euros in 2011. So what are they worth now? Like 20 euros? So yeah, it's really, really hard to put a value in my rig, to be honest with you. Really, really hard. What's your thoughts on Nakamura? Okay, so on last stream, last week, we had a talk about drivers coming to Drift Masters and stuff like that. And how they would fare. And it was more, I think it was more FD drivers we were talking about. And I think, right? And I could be very wrong here, chat, so no, take it with a grain of salt. I think Nakamura will struggle for the first half of the season, and he will come strong near the end of the season, but it'll be too late for him to win the championship. That's my opinion. I'll probably be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong, because I'd love to see him do good. But that's my opinion. And the reason why I think he will struggle is that, again, the topic of one of the questions I asked last stream when we were doing the DCGP stuff, is that a lot of drivers that are not within Europe, so a lot of drivers from Europe are successful outside of Europe. So they're successful in Europe and they're very, very successful outside of Europe. And a lot of drivers that come into Europe struggle a lot. And like, you have to ask, why is that the case? And the main reason, right, is that outside of Europe, the driving style that is required is kind of like, do whatever you want. Do whatever kind of suits you. Do whatever you think suits you best. You know. Excuse me. Bless me. Excuse me. They're like, do whatever you want. Here's the track layout. Have fun. Right? But the problem with that is that you tend to get like a bunch of you tend to get a bunch of, oh my god, wrong gear. You tend to get a bunch of drivers that do their own thing, and you get drivers that don't really progress because they're just driving whatever suits them. And the thing in Europe, right, is that they specify a certain type of driving style, right, without even realizing they specify a certain type of driving style regardless of what the drivers think or whatever that they think about. And it betters the drivers, and that's why they're the best elsewhere. Now, I'm not saying that there's many people better than Nakamura. I think Nakamura is one of the best in the world, there's no doubt about it. The problem is, when he comes to Europe, he's going to have to change his mindset and change his driving style to suit what the European judging and judges want. Like, he's the type of driver, he drives to win. You know, like, I've seen him drive in competitions where he can get away with shit, and or he understands what the judges want. And like, dude, he drives like the way he drives like is interesting, you know. But obviously when he's not competing, he's amazing to watch. So that's going to be interesting. Obviously in the D1 DOS system, he drives pretty entertainingly, and that's because the DOS system kind of requires that. But the DOS system doesn't require you to be at a certain part of the track at a certain time, carrying a certain amount of angle, where it does require that in Drift Masters. Does that make sense? And I think that's what he's going to struggle with the most. So I want to be wrong, but I feel like he would probably be superior in the chaser position, but he'll lose all of his battles in the lead position, and that's my opinion. But I think he'd be a great addition to the championship. I think he'd be very, very entertaining to watch. I think he'd be a great fit for the championship. I think he'll be aggressive. He'll suit in with kind of style of driving that is in Europe at the moment, which is super aggressive driving, like door-to-door stuff. None of this like footing kind of like follow the lead driver and mimic exactly what he's doing. Like, you're driving with the intention of running as close as possible to the door. I think it'd be a great fit that way. But I just wish that he'll work on his lead runs so that he'll be he'll do good. Oh, dude, that was close. The left-hand drive for me is tricky in sim. Cutting the distance, and I clipped him. Sorry. Cat, what's the stream like now? Is it a bit better to watch? Is it not as laggy? Oh, 2 wheels in the dirt. That was great driving, Alan. Nice one. Tap on the door. Little tap on the door again. I don't really like left foot braking these cars, not because they're bad for it, oh my god, but because they're just a little bit. Be careful. It's easier just to handbrake when you're in chase position. It's not as smooth, obviously, but when you left foot brake in these cars, you have to be very, very precise with left foot brake. It's a lot more difficult than the pro cars, because the pro cars you just got the pure 1000 horsepower to overcome the slowing of the wheels. So I tend to find that it's easier to chase on the handbrake sometimes, instead of having to like stab the brake or find the right pressure. There's a bit of a dive on the door there, a little tap. Like you can modulate the left foot brake there, but if you do get too close and you need to like fall back pretty quickly, left foot braking is not the method, because the car will just stall and you lose all your angle and momentum, and you need to maintain momentum. And with the handbrake, you can just pull it quickly and it's guaranteed locking of the wheels, and it's kind of in the place where you want the wheels to lock. Like here's left fine for left foot braking. Give some space to the transition, obviously with a bit of a gap. But here, you can't really left foot brake because the car just doesn't have the power to like do it. And if you do put a left foot brake, you're only doing a minor amount because you're not close enough in the first place to warrant enough of a handbrake. Are we gonna hit the wall? No, we're not. As well as that, obviously when the tires get hotter and you start to lose grip, then it gets easier to left foot brake, because then the amount of grip that you have is reduced. Oh shit, okay. B-knuckle won't suit Europe. I don't think the steering kit that he'll have will make a difference. If he's using B-knuckle or Wisefab or whatever angle kit, that won't make a difference. For content, you like to see more on techniques, setup styles, and besides the real drifting difference between AC to tricks, not much drifting knowledge on YouTube. I completely agree, Kolaski. That's kind of my mindset now, is that instead of becoming a personality, I suppose, or like an individual that is like known on AC drifting, or sorry, known on drifting for being entertaining, such as the XYZ content creators that we kind of all know about already, I think it's better to become more educational. I probably won't ever be, you'll probably never be as successful as those people, but that doesn't really matter, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think that really matters. I don't think becoming famous is kind of what I want either, do you know what I'm saying? You was having a handbrake? Dude, you need to have a handbrake. Hope you get one. What pack is this? This is Deadwish Garage. In-depth video on setups and tunings. See, the thing is, it's never possible to do an in-depth video on setups and tunings. It's just there's way too many topics to discuss about. So the best way to do it is to kind of do it more kind of gradually, I suppose. And the best way to do that is to just kind of release tidbits, I suppose. You'll see the video soon. Oh my god, I keep falling off the track there. See the video soon, chat. It'll be out Friday. It's not a super in-depth video, but it's in-depth, and it explains exactly what you need for AC, and it's like the beginnings of it, more or less. An in-depth video doesn't really make sense in my opinion. Oh shit. smoke. Can't make it work, just cut across the grass. Car gets a little funky on angle there. It's probably because I'm running more rotation than 900. AC gets kind of weird when you start running more than 900 degrees of rotation, I find. Right, doesn't seem to matter what I do, I keep getting hit. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Mechanicus. Yeah, I understand. But I don't really think the viewership, like, matters per se, you know? I mean, if you wanted views, like, I'll be honest, like, the views we get on stream and stuff is pretty on level of what every other AC streamer gets, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really think you could do much better. I mean, there has been people in the past that have done really, really good on AC drifting and stuff like that, and other content creation, other streaming of AC stuff. So I don't really think it's possible to better it. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's obviously a very, like, pessimistic way of looking at it. There's always room for improvement. That's how I always believe. But I just don't want to do what everyone else is doing. Does that make sense? Because you know, obviously, I want to be able to continue drifting in the real world, and the only way I can continue drifting in the real world is obviously with the help of you guys, like watching stuff, supporting, and all that stuff. That's the only way I can continue to do it. And so, like, yeah, I just want to create stuff that you guys will like, and that maybe other people will like too, which might be able to, you know, spread the knowledge onto you guys to make you guys better drivers, or better, you know, create content that you'd like to understand or whatever like that. And in return, whether if what you do allows me to continue drifting or not, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't. This thing is so much grip, dude. I probably should have definitely reduced the track grip for this server. It doesn't really matter, because, like, at the end of the day, what I'm trying to do is obviously, you know, create stuff for you guys to make it easier, drifting on AC and all of that. Sorry, chat, I'm kind of losing concentration here of thought process. But if I can create stuff you guys will like, that other people might like too, and that might help me out in return, whether it be ad revenue or whatever to continue driving, whether it be gaining more sponsors or something like that, that will allow me to keep driving, which would be rad, obviously, you know? So it's like pushing, like, I scratch your guys' back, you scratch mine, you know what I'm saying? And whether you guys feel like you are scratching my back or not, you guys being here right now is helping, you know, so. But yeah. Server's calmed down a little bit, which is a little bit nicer to drive in now. So I suppose plans for next year is obviously we've got VDC starting. I've got Omen starting. So in the real world, I've got Omen stuff. I'm flying out there pretty soon. My real car, my S14, is over there at the moment. Actually, I meant to check to see where it was today. I have the shipping container tracking number address thingy-mabobby and mabob. And then we've got VDC starting. So I do 2 rounds in Oman back to back. That'll be the 12th and 13th of January, and is it 18th and 19th? It's basically the Thursday and Friday of both weeks. And then I'm back, and I believe, from my understanding, VDC starts soon enough. I've kind of leaked the start of the season, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, I mean, they want to announce it soon, I bet. then what else we've got? Then we're back in Oman again for 2 weeks. And then for the rest of the season, I think I'm just going to do Ireland, to be honest with you, chat. I think I'm just going to continue competing in Ireland. I've kind of got unfinished business with IDC and stuff. Like, I want to win an IDC championship. I've been so close. I think in the last, I don't know, 5 years, I've been the closest person ever to win a championship that hasn't won one. Does that make sense? Like, I finished in 2018, I got third in the championship in the pro class. 2019, I got second behind Jack Shanahan. Then obviously 2020, we had COVID, so I didn't compete. 2021 was a two-round championship, and I finished 16th or something stupid like that, because I didn't even get out of top 16 for both events. So it was a terrible year, terrible 2 events. And then this past season gone, even though we competed in 3/4 of the season, we still managed to get third in the championship. So like, and we did Drift Masters twice, and we qualified 4th in Drift Masters round 1, Drift Masters round 2, or round, what was it, round 5? What round was Germany? Was that round 6 or something? We didn't do as good there, obviously. We had a pretty bad weekend. I'll be honest, like, doing Germany was an amazing experience, but in terms of performance or like how the car was driving and stuff, it was a bad decision to go. Like, don't get me wrong, it was an amazing experience, would do it again 10/10, but how the car was driving that weekend was a bucket of, it was terrible. That was a regret in a sense. But we got a good experience. We had a good insight of what it'd be like to do a Drift Masters event if you were to do Masters next year, and it was pretty evident that if I want to do Drift Masters, it's not really possible to do it under my current like situation with the car, the status that it's in at the moment, and the spares and the team and everything. Like, there needs a massive refresh there of everything. To do like Drift Masters, like, is crazy money. To do a full season of it. And to think they were going to lock it to like a tire only, like a one make tire as well, was crazy to think, because then everyone would be spending like a stupid amount of money on tires. That's ridiculous to think about. Should have probably made the gearing a bit different, but anyway. Anyway, I don't want this stream to be always talking about viewership and making views and making money and stuff, but I don't know, maybe you guys like to have a bit of insight. And I do think I prefer driving more competition stuff than street cars. I don't know, what does chat, what do you actually prefer to watch? Do you prefer, oh my god, do you prefer to watch my competition stuff of like competition cars on stream, or street stuff? Let's read some chat comments while you guys answer that question that I asked. Thank you for the follow, Matt, appreciate that. Car setup tutorial, Kappa, coming Friday. I always felt watching interesting streams was like a podcast. I would tune in a weekly series of YouTube. Okay, I understand. Yeah, that would make sense. That could be quite entertaining. Has a new car coming along? I haven't done anything to it, Chad, I'll be honest. I wanted to get that car ready for this year. But with everything gone in the economy, it's impossible to try and get that thing ready now. I'm like in a state that, like, if someone came to me tomorrow morning and gave me like 50 grand, I'd be like, fuck yeah, let's finish it off. But it's like, I don't even think it would need that much to finish it. But like, man, it's frustrating. Like, I have a lot of the parts there. I think I'll be honest, I have majority of the parts. Like, I'll be honest, like the current car, Evo 1, that is technically Evo 2. It's just got the Evo 1 body panels on it. Does that make sense? So the chassis is Evo 1, and the body panels are Evo 1. Everything else underneath it is technically Evo 2. So technically the new car is ready. It's just not ready in the sense that I wanted it to, which was like to have the proper FIA spec car ready for Drift Masters and all that, blah, blah, blah. That's the only like con of that, is that I have a car that's running that's Evo 2, like that's already technically Evo 2. But Evo 2 requires a new chassis and like obviously fresh body panels and stuff like that. And we're kind of like, you know, I'm like, well, I don't really need to spend that money right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, How do you know that you have the right FFB? Yeah, that's a good question. So this was someone posted this up on AC Drifting community today. Chat, let's have a quick chat, right? Let's have a quick chat. Let's sit here for a second. We'll have a chat. We'll read through chat and we'll answer some questions, okay? And I saw the person, they were driving, and you might have seen it. If anyone in the AC Drifting community, you might see it. Facebook group. The car was like driving, and the steering was going back and road like that, going in a straight line. So the car was driving in a straight line, and the wheel was rocking back and forth on its own without any hands. And if your wheel is doing that, that's a sign of just too much force feedback. That's nothing to do with dead zone. It's nothing to do with like minimal force. It's just a pure sign that your force feedback is just way too high. And if you need your force feedback that high because of speed rotation, your damper or your spring is also probably too high as well. So you just need to turn your settings down. And the best way to do that is to use the clipping, the pedals here. Like, I'm not driving right now, obviously. Well, the blue one is your gas. Oh, sorry. Oops, my bad. The green one is your gas. The red is your brake, and the clutch is the blue. And then the brake is the yellow. But there's another gauge here, and it's kind of grayed out, and it goes red when it reaches the top, and that's your force feedback. So if your force feedback pedals on the pedals app is red all the time, your force feedback is way too high, and you're just clipping the whole time. So reducing it even less than 80%, even way lower than that, like even 40%, might be the play forward. With the Thrustmaster, I'm pretty sure with the settings I was running like 70% FFB in the car. So like, I drive the car and I would turn it down. I would turn it down to like, you know, 70% with the keypad. And that's what I was doing. So I think that's another video topic I've added to the list before, is like how to set up your force feedback for drifting. Not specifically for a steering device, for any particular device, as a generic setting up guide for force feedback. Because I think there's not even one for racing, man. And like the thing with drifting, I was actually talking about this to JSI Mystify or Zach. It was like, dude, like if you want to set up your force feedback correctly, you set up for drifting, and it'll be good for every other type of motorsport. I might be wrong, but I have a feeling that's kind of like that's a good way of doing it. Doesn't matter if it's off-road or like if it's like racing or oval racing or rallycross or drifting. If you set it up for drifting, you've kind of like maximized every bit of like force feedback. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Okay, moving on. My bad with the tapping away. Oh, that must have been earlier. Okay. Some people prefer to watch street. Anything related to drift, definitely prefer street. Enjoy streetcar stuff, to be honest. But the best is live stream comps like DCGP. So you're saying that you prefer like the stream that we did DCGP last week? Did you prefer that? Like, did you like that kind of stream where you actually watched me competing? Obviously, that stream kind of sucked because you got knocked out like in the first battle. Like, it would have been cool if that stream went down to 4 to 5 hours where we were going into the final and stuff. That would have been sick. Like, I would love to do it again with VDC. I'd love to get special permission from VDC, but we make it more of like a watch party. That's something that we wanted to do before, and we were going to do it before lockdown and stuff, or COVID hit. We're going to make like a watch stream, a watch party stream, where it's not really showcasing the stream per se, you know, like or like taking viewers from the mainstream, but it's more like, you know, this is us, we're not talking about the battle and looking back over things in between stuff, and then we kind of cut back to my perspective again, kind of that type of stuff. But we need more than one person. You need more than me to be able to do it. You need a group of people, like, and it's a bit difficult that way, obviously. But people prefer street cars. That's interesting, man, because like I tend to get way more viewers doing competition stuff than streetcar stuff. Like, it seems to me that people tend to watch real competition stuff than streetcar. And the reason why I think that, again, that's not me talking about because I'm looking for more viewers or anything like that, because I'm just doing what I prefer. But the reason why I say that is that I think the streetcar like stuff on AC is overplayed. Like, dude, there's so many people do streetcar stuff. Like, you've got the normal content creators that do it on YouTube, and then you've got like the streamers as well, like Rapti and Xro and all those guys. Shout out to those guys. But not many people do like the competition stuff. Very few, from what I've seen anyway. You got like LiveFast, my buddy LiveFast, he does mostly competition stuff. And then anytime I do competition stream, like my viewers, people seem to really enjoy it. Maybe it's because it's just a breath of fresh air a little bit. And they're super hard to drive too, so maybe people feel like that it's more interesting to watch, or they're just curious, or they're just flabbergasted. But then that's just kind of something that I picked up on. Then again though, I don't really have proper stats to back that up, you know what I'm saying? Like, because like, obviously I don't stream enough to say that it's possible that maybe because I just started streaming again, people are like, oh, Alan's here, you know, like, watch or whatever. Oh crap, the wall. But yeah, that's kind of what I think. Okay, Alexander mentioned, why don't I sell one car to build the other, or someone mentioned about that. Sell one car to build the other. Honestly, that's not even the problem. Like, I've already decided that when it comes to the new chassis being finished, the new Evo 2, that Evo 1 would be merged into Evo 2. Does that make sense? So everything from Evo 1 would be put into Evo 2, which is all the Evo 2 parts. Like, Evo 1 is technically Evo 1.5 because it's half Evo 2 and half Evo 1. Evo 1 is being that's my current car, the original car. And Evo 2 being the new car that we have set aside. And yeah, we wanted to obviously get Evo 2 ready for last season. And my main goal was to prepare the car and have two cars. So both cars, both of them with 2Js, but one being a little bit more simplified. And the idea would be that we could send one car abroad and still have one car here home to be able to do things at home, where to compete in competition or to do demos or to do, I don't know, whatever stuff that we could get ourselves into. And I, like, no joke, I have enough engines to do that. I have enough gearboxes. I have enough suspension parts to do it. I have enough of everything. But the problem is just getting over the final hurdle, which is like finding time and finding the resources to actually like finish off that last car, you know. So Evo 1 right now would probably end up being stripped into Evo 2, like literally all the components will be put into it. But Evo 2, like fabrication wise, is still not finished. Like there's a cage in it and stuff, but it needs like tube chassis, it needs to be tubed front and rear, needs additions to be made to the cage. And to be honest, I was even thinking that maybe it might be worth pulling the cage out and redoing the cage again to suit my seating position better, because the roll cage is a little weird in it. Not weird, it's normal. It's pretty normal, but I mean, you know, it would be nicer if I had a bit more headspace. So yeah, that's just a couple of things. So, and also as well as that, like Evo 1 to me is like, that's my OG car. Like that I will never sell that. Even if I crash it, I will never throw it out. Like, as stupid as that sounds. We'll find a use for that somewhere somehow. It's my main car, and I'll never get rid of it. I will. Oh, here's the land. We will take that car apart, and I will make it back. Like, I will have it as a rolling. I will have it as a bare chassis sitting in like outside before I part ways with that thing. I'll let that thing roll over and burn down to the metal before I give it away. I still wouldn't even give it away at that. I probably would actually if it burnt down. But let's not say that it'll get burnt down, because that probably will happen. That'd be very, very sad then. Okay. Okay, let's read some stuff. Top 4 confirmed every round. If only you could stream VDC. Top 4 confirmed every round. Thank you, Noob Shot. Maybe if I could ask someone who wasn't such a noob shot, then maybe if I could stream every single event of my own perspective, then maybe I wouldn't be top 4 every single event, or maybe I would. I never know. Be able to watch you live, compete live is great. Yeah, I think that would be cool in the future. I do think, like, I have ideas for competitions of what I'd like to do in the future, and I do think that's an option, regardless if it's VDC or not. It doesn't matter. Well, those comp watchers aren't here to say anything. I think it's because you're more known as comp guys than Streetcar. Yeah, I think that makes more sense. You change something on your share setup in TrueDrive. Your wheel rotates so fast, maybe webcam effect. Right now I'm running high rotation, full guys. So usually it's 900, so it's usually like, what, that much? But I've turned it to 1160, so it turns a little bit more. So that's a little bit extra more rotation. That's why it's probably spinning so fast. I have been working on new FFP settings though, guys. So I'm still tweaking them out, and it'll be a little bit easier to set up moving forward. So V0.3, I think I'll keep V0.2 up there, but I'll probably upload a new one, and I'll probably end up doing a video on it as well for people with the option. Because the one that you're using right now, that's more like power steering, like competition style feeling, whereas this is kind of more sim steering. Does that make sense? I think. Okay. It could be serious new things I can do. Watch short while and then tune out. Yeah, that's true. I think that makes sense, and I think that's why I probably find that the comp stuff does a little bit better for me personally, because it's stuff that maybe people struggle to do or they're more interested in, because that's kind of what I do in the real world. I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest. You should do what you prefer, otherwise you get bored and burnt out. I think that's the problem I made. That's the issue I had before ATK, was that I was doing the same thing every week, because that's what I thought that people wanted. And then eventually I got to a point where I was like, dude, this is the same stuff. But then, to be fair, I'll be honest, that was during lockdown, and I had nothing else to do during lockdown. And to be fair, that was also during the time when I was doing VDC and DMC back to back every weekend. So I was probably, in a week, I was probably spending about like 50 or 60 hours just sim drifting competition cars all day, all night. So that's partly probably why I got burnt out during that time. You watch aMaTeuR? I watch some of his stuff, to be honest, but it's like one of those things, like I'll watch it, I see what he's doing, I'm like, okay, that's cool. I watch a minute or 30 seconds of it and I click off. What's up, Antoine? HynesZ for the follow, appreciate that. HynesZ, thank you so much. Just build a ladder, easy. Dude, I know where there's a ladder being built right now. Or might be built. That time you put in is nuts for the real car stuff. Yeah, it's a bit crazy. And I think there's a lot of stuff that's been done to the car, like I personally can't do. So I have to get someone else to do that. And obviously when you get other people to do it, that does cost money, it costs time. And everything is out of your hands, you know? Like if you're doing everything by yourself, you can allot enough time to say, okay, this is going to get done by then. That's how much time I need to allocate for that, how much money. Whereas like when you get other people to do the stuff because you want it done a certain way, or you want them to do it because you can't do it, it does take a lot more time, and you're paying for more than just time. You're paying for expertise as well. Is Evo 2 another Zinky? No, it will not be a Zinky. I've decided that it will not be Zinky. What body shape it will be, I'm not sure yet. I've still 50-50 on that. Whatever I think will be cooler. We'll see. Can you join? Yes, you can. Check the pinned message at the top of the chat, Stefan. Thank you for the YouTube sub, Flip Switch. We also had Grizzly as well with the Twitch follow, and a Fly Guy, and Matt86 as well. Appreciate those follows, guys. Oh no, what did Mystify do? Slick, if you check the top of the pinned message here on YouTube, you'll see it. There's a link. I like the watch party idea. I don't make the rules. Oh wait, you partly make the rules. That's right. Yeah, that's right. James Dean building a ladder. Is he? I don't know. Oh no, there's another ladder. I know James Dean lives not far from me, but like there's another ladder that might be built in the future. I'm trying to do 90% of it myself, but it's easy. Ryan Martin for a cage. Yeah, Ryan Martin, man, he's a legend. Ryan Martin's awesome, dude. I remember Ryan Martin was driving the Prototype Academy S13 a couple of years ago in Ireland, like, because he won a competition. And like, me and him were competing in IADC together. It was just rad. It was just really good times. What should your springs and dampers be on your wheel? So I would try and run as little as possible. Like the damper is only there to dampen like shocks to the wheel over bumps and stuff, and add a bit of weight. And I also find as well that it helps with a bit of stability as well. The spring is kind of hit and miss, to be honest. I've never really liked the feeling of spring. Some people feel like that it's necessary. Oh, I wasn't expecting the handbrake the opposite direction there. Brandon throwing angles everywhere up front. I wish people wouldn't pull out so aggressively. Yeah, I see. I don't expect the handbrake the opposite direction. I know why he's doing it. Just don't expect it. I think what we'll do will make my gearing longer because I'm like stuck in second gear everywhere, and I'm like, ba ba ba, ba ba black sheep, you know. I think there's a way to do where we could pull it off. Like you could talk about the stream without sharing the stream, and people would have to watch the stream to follow the action. Yeah, that's kind of what I'd be kind of thinking. It's not exactly trying to redo what you guys are already doing, but more so that that it's a way for. There you go. Okay. So that like it's like the watch party is more like, hey guys, this is us driving now, and it shows my perspective, like what I'm showing right now, which I think is fine. In my opinion, that's okay. And then afterwards we'll open up the replay and we review it and stuff like that, and it's, you know, it's kind of, you know, our perspective of the event, and but a little bit more than just my perspective. It's more than that, a little bit more of a production to it, I suppose. But I think it's possible. It's just it needs a group of people. Like technically you need a studio to do it, and yeah, I don't, it's probably never will happen, to be honest with you, because I don't think I'll ever have the means to do it, or the I suppose the structure, or like the place, or anything like that. I just don't really have that ability right now. It would be cool though, and the thing is, I suppose, look, as things get bigger and all of that, I'd be kind of, what the way I would look at it would be kind of the same way as maybe what Jimmy Broadbent does or something on his channel, right? Like if they do the Le Mans Esports series or whatever the hell, they have the main stream, which is the full production stream, and then they have Jimmy's stream, which is just his perspective only, and he's not like showing anything else, only his perspective. And that's kind of what I did with DCGP last week, was that like I just showed my perspective, never showed their stream, and I obviously, like, I tried to shout out their stuff as much as I could. Well, I did shout out, whether if I did more or not, I don't know. I could have done more maybe, but it was just a different type of positioning of it, like, you know. Just the problem is with drifting, it's different in racing. It's different. I think it's much easier to do it in racing because, like, you have the fact that, like, it's consistent action, whether if it's entertaining or not. It's consistent, like, lap after lap after lap. With drifting, with competition stuff, there's like a delay, or there's like, what's the word called? Downfall? No, time down, like down time. Fuck's sake. Basically, there's time between the battles where there's downtime, right? That's the word. Downtime. That's the word, isn't it? So it's like you have to keep that entertainment going in between your personal battles, and that'll be the difficulty. Is filling up those gaps. Is it just pure practice and just chatting shit? Maybe. Chat, I'll be honest, I'm getting hungry. I need to get food. So I'll probably end this shortly. So we'll stay on for a little bit longer. We'll answer some questions, see what you guys would like to hear or like to talk about. So I'm just going to back out of the server now. But thank you everyone so much for joining us. Appreciate you everyone for hanging out. We'll stay on for a little bit longer. Oh my god, what have I done? What the hell? Content manager. So yeah. Downtime, sir. That's right, thank you. Obviously when you're driving it's just from your point of view, but the rest of it is just basically content. I think cool. I think with people watch partying, like football, doing rules, blank cover, people doing a lot of things. I'll be down to talk to you, but you know, drifting is also a niche within sport. That's true. think it would be interesting to do it. The problem is, right, like obviously like the difficulty with point of view streaming is that you'd have to like set a guidelines for people. So like obviously it's happened in the past. Remember, we've had people recently in last year or 2 seasons where they've been asked to stop streaming because they didn't know about the rules about it. And that's understandable. Not everyone knows about the rules, not language barriers, stuff like that. But I think the biggest difficulty with streaming right now is that there's a lot of voice communication between the organization and like the staff and us drivers, and that gets shared publicly when it shouldn't be shared publicly. You know what I'm saying? And on my end, that's very easy to remove that. I can do that. It's very easy for me to figure that out. I can set up my setup with my voice meter banana, whatever it is, to stop Discord being transmitted to the airwaves and block that sector of being public. And it's not like as if there's anything in there that's private. Like it's just that's stuff that people don't need to hear about, I suppose. I think the difficulty is that because for so long there's been like a rule with us not allowing us to stream our perspectives during whatever it be VDC or whatnot, that it would just be weird if they suddenly allow it and then only certain people would be allowed to do it or something like that. It'd kind of be like, I don't know, it'd be weird. It'd be weird to make it happen. I feel like there want to be a valid reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be a bit unfair some people, unless you just leave it open to anyone streaming, but then you need someone to like check everyone's stream to make sure they're not like transmitting stuff that's not public or whatnot. And it's not like as if every other esports out there allows the team or like, you know, that person to stream their perspective when they're playing the game. Like if you watch CS:GO or like Rainbow Six Siege or whatever, or Call of Duty, you know, you don't have like ESL or whatever esports org and then FaZe Clan or whatever streaming their own perspective of it. Like that doesn't happen, but it does in racing, like in esports, like sim racing. So should it be allowed in esports drifting as well? I don't know. I think it would be cool. I think people would like it. Maybe if it was just maybe if we just did it once and see how it worked. It might turn out that I might not even qualify and it might be terrible. But it would be interesting just for one event, just to see, because I did it once. I don't know if you remember that. I did it once years ago. I still have the stream on my channel. It might be unlisted. I did it once a couple of years ago, and it was just terrible frame rates for me personally. Some people would be disadvantaged with stream on. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, Johnson. That's exactly it. That'd be the biggest difficulty. Hello. That would be the biggest difficulty is what? Oh, Fanta? Oh yeah, that's true. And you have that bottle of Coke as well. Oh, did you? It's not really nice. Yeah, didn't it? Yeah, it's weird, wasn't it? It was a bit weird. Appreciate the follow, Chris. Thank you so much. Okay, yeah, chat. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you guys did enjoy the stream. I think it's worth conversation, Dion. I'll hit you up about it. Maybe we could figure something out. Well, that's true. It would be a way for people to grow their content and their personality or their driving or their themselves a bit more, you know. Like VDC is pretty big. I think what the worry is what you don't want is that you don't want people leaving the mainstream and follow and watch the viewer, the drivers only, which, I mean, okay, like if you look at every, okay, let's just have a quick chat about this here. Oh my god, the camera, oh, I've lost it. I've got into a sweet spot and now it's gone. Right here. Like, it doesn't matter, even if it's esports or not, right? Even in the real world, the drivers are always more successful, like financially, like popularity, like in every way than the actual organizers of the championship. Okay? Like this in FD Driftmasters, doesn't matter. Alright, okay. Right? And it's the same in esports as well, and even in video games. Like the teams and individuals are bigger than the organizations organizing everything themselves. So like what you don't want is like a bunch of like sim drivers having way more viewers and followers, people watching than the mainstream. But that will probably end up happening, you know? And that's the disadvantage. And so it's like the mainstream are people that are just doing it for the fun of it and whatnot, or just doing it for the community aspect, are losing sponsors potentially, or might not gain sponsors because the viewers are lower because they're competitors have more viewers than them. But then it might work as a two-way street. I don't know. It's a conversation worth having. There's 68 people watching me talk about this. It's like, yeah. Oh, but that's true. It's a platform for people to grow, and it's a platform to maybe the organization to grow too. It's kind of hard way to. It's kind of hard way to. It's like scratch your back, scratch my back kind of a situation, you know. Okay, chat. We are going to finish up here. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you guys did enjoy the stream. Yeah, a bit of insights on today. A bit more of a chill stream, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy your Christmas break. Got New Year's coming up as well. I'll be live again next week. I will probably let you guys know on a Discord, if you want to join already, join the Discord, about what plans we have for next week. Because I do have, like, there's a type of stream I want to do. I've been talking about it for the last 2 weeks. We'll probably do it next week before I head off to the Middle East. All right, well, stay tuned, guys. A lot of people reading on this. I know that is true. In between the lines. Have a good one. We'll see you at the end. All right, chat. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for all the follows. Appreciate it. Krish, Switch, Henix, Grizzy, Matt, everyone for following as well. Everyone for joining the Discord as well. We had a session there with the Streetcars. But yeah, we're back again next week. Good night, guys. Hope you had a good Christmas. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.